In fact, I don't even need to worry about if the last video, if the video got corrupted. Hello, people. This is basically where we're starting from.
It's a nice night out, huh?
I don't even know where that sarcophagus is, though. So, well, we do need to find that fetish as well. Yeah, vampires drained out bits of the internet. I wonder if there's any reason to keep LaCroix in my good graces now.
Go right on up and see Mr. LaCroix. Cover me, Tubbs.
The car is waiting. 1 or 2, but that's all. My history with that family dates back to Bach's grandfather, who pursued me into Africa, where I killed him. Bach's father tracked me to London to meet his death. And now Bach and the Society of Leopold have followed me across America. They never learn. Witch hunters, an anachronistic holdover from the Middle Ages. They are inquisitors whose fanaticism has convinced them that their triumph over the supernatural will save mankind and secure them a cushy spot in heaven. A blood hunt is a death sentence. When one commits a high crime against our society, a blood hunt may be called. It is then the responsibility of the city's kindred to bring the offender final death. There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason. Excuse me.
Total War is today's secret word. Hear anybody say Total War, just start screaming indiscriminately. Ah! I kind of want to immediately open the sarcophagus, but I don't know if the game will let you. Okay, so I've learned some things since, at least I learned one thing in the last stream. For instance, the fabled quick save. Let's just... Hello? Werewolves hate vampires, but vampires are really just content to let werewolves be. Oh. You gave me a spook there, guy. No. Just go. He's just staring right at that door. I don't like that roaring. I thought the roaring was just like, you know, part of the music last time. This is just, I cannot believe he did not see me. Hello. Who's there? I don't know who's in here with me because I don't see in chat, but I know somebody's in here with me.
What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
You're playing Vampire, which is
Yeah.
a good game.
Yes. Yes, it
Yes.
is.
I'm kind of surprised you hadn't played this before. I just kind of assumed that people have, but it's super good. It's a camel. You could change it. Let's see. Hmm.
So,
How you
how's
been?
I've been pretty good. I've been
Yeah.
playing a lot of this.
Right. Well, that's fair because it is a good game. It's one of my favorite RPGs. I think out there of the ones that are out there. It's cool, and it's cool because it's different. Like, I know if you're like a tabletop guy, Vampire is
Vampire is.
so I like.
You kind of cut out there, like a lot. There we go. That one guard is done taking a whiz. Alright. You back? I don't think he's back. I love you, Gabe. Aww. The statue on Daryl's workstation is creeping me out. Okay. Okay, so where's the lost and found?
Hey, stop right there.
Oh! This is the lost and found. This room. I've been here before. I've got those keys. So I don't need to be there. So, how is everybody doing today?
Hey, Kellen, what you streaming?
I'm streaming Vampire the Masquerade. Bloodlines, yeah.
Playing Overwatch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just wanted to see what you were doing.
Well, I'm doing this.
Okay, I might be done with Overwatch. I don't know, but I'm gonna go. I just wanted to say hey. How's it going? That's
Pretty
it.
good.
Bye now.
Bye. Well, that was random. What? Oh, there's a camera there. There's gotta be another way. I don't think they just expect you to get caught by the cops.
Hey, stop right there.
Maybe they do. Because this is, like, impossible to get through. Ow! Ah. This is going the heck in a handbasket. Jeez.
Hey, stop right there.
Ow! Don't hit me. Ow! 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 Everybody's shooting me! God!
This is annoying. Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Good. Windows decided to update,
Oh.
which is always very helpful. It's great how you can't turn that off anymore. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Vampire's really good, as we were saying.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish that more games in this sort of like style and setting had kind of been made, but I know there were actually a bunch of World of Darkness games made on like consoles, but they were all sort of like Diablo, like Gauntlet type things, as opposed to like this kind of game.
Right.
But I don't know, like if you're in a tabletop, World of Darkness is like kind of a joke because it's super lame. But I think it works like it's a good setting for a computer RPG because there's so few that have like a modern setting, and that's why it's interesting. But like, if you've got like a group of people together and you're playing Vampire Requiem, I don't know. I think something has gone wrong in your life.
Yeah.
To lead you to that point. Like even by the time this came out, it was like Vampire felt really 90s.
Yeah.
You know? Like, just something about it. And something about like the visual style of like the source books is very 90s too. Even now. It's very strange. But I don't know. Vampire's cool. And Cyanide's making a werewolf game in theory, so that might be interesting. And
In theory.
I know everybody loves Cyanide. They're such good game developers, but I'm excited for it. I want to see what they can do with that. They made the completely bizarre... have you played the Game of Thrones RPG?
No.
The one... Oh. Well, that's who's making Werewolf, is those people. They also made Styx, which I am a fan of, but... yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. They also got Call of Cthulhu as a license as well.
Oh,
now.
yeah, I saw that.
I don't know who keeps licensing things to them. It's very strange. Because they've done a lot of licensed stuff. They did I don't remember. Of course, Game of Thrones, but also a couple other things. I think they made the Mage Knight game maybe, and some other stuff. So people trust them for some reason. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever play like Vampire, like in person with other people?
I played one session of Vampire the Requiem, and we decided never to go back to it ever again.
Why was that? What happened?
I think we just found this. I think we just found the system a bit too complicated for our liking.
Yeah, it is kind of an old feeling sort of system, which is weird because Requiem was like their update, to try and make it more modern. But they really only did that. It felt like they only really did that with like the setting, and they kept a lot of the gameplay mechanics the same, which I guess makes sense. But it does end up feeling very old when you try to play it. Maybe it's changed since then, though. I have no idea. I think like they put out like a sexy mummy source book at some point. Like you could be like a hot mummy, and I don't know what that's about. I'm kind of sad that like by the end of like the first World of Darkness, they were just making books for any ridiculous thing, and now they're like a little more serious about it, which I think is a disappointment. You'll never get a Changeling again. They're never gonna bring that back. Where,
Nah,
like,
probably not.
your character could be like it was like a fairy, or you could meet like I think one of the adventures in the source book was like you meet like a talking badger and he like sells hats to you, and then you kill people because it's World of Darkness and has to be gritty at all times.
Yeah.
But like it's like he's a beaver or a badger or whatever, and it's so fucking stupid. Anyway. But I don't know. You'd think with how like much of a cult hit this is that there'd be like some sort of attempt to revive something like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know they did that with Fallout and with Torment and all these things like that, right? Like this is a game with a license you could actually get. Like you could pay some money and get the vampire license and make an RPG, right?
Right.
So you wouldn't even have the trouble that like the people doing Torment had, where they had to use some whole other like system, right? You just like I'm sure World of Darkness would love to have someone give them money again. So I don't know. Someone should do a Kickstarter. I think they'd be successful. Maybe we could do that.
Hey, stop right there.
Someone was talking
jeez.
about the hot mummies in the chat. Yes, because it was like they wanted to do mummies, but mummies are like inherently silly because they're just like covered in bandages and stuff. So instead, in all the art, it's just like a hot dude, and then he's got like bandaged hands. It's really silly. Or with like a headband that's bandages. It's like he's a mummy.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. What's not mummy about just a hot guy who like shops at Hot Topic and loves Walkman? Which, if I remember correctly, one of the powers you could get was to put your like I forget what it's called, whatever the Egyptians call your soul, you could put it in your Sony Walkman as a power. And I don't think there was really a reason that you would want to do that, but you could because you were really cool.
Freeze!
I mean, it's true that like they take your brain out and stuff, but like it is magic, so I guess that's fine. Like vampires aren't real either, so whatever.
Stop right there!
You should kill that guy or whatever.
I'm trying not to kill anybody, but this probably will not
Fair
work.
enough. Yeah, by the end of the game, it gets very hard not to kill people because they were running out of money, and their publisher left. So lots of corridors, and that's one of the problems with the game. I admit is that by the end, you can tell they were out of funds. It's not that bad at this point, but it gets. See, ragdolls are always good in every game.
Yeah.
I feel it's a shame that like games these days are too serious for like ragdolls, you know? It's like because they're silly. But like, you know, if you play Fear and you're shooting people with a shotgun and they fly like 20 feet into the sky and then like despawn, that's always funny to me. And it's great. And in this game you can punch people and they just fly around. It's fucking awesome. I wonder who owns the rights to this game now.
I don't know.
For a while, it was hard to really buy a copy of it. I remember
Until GOG came along.
Yeah, it was like a big deal when it actually started getting like put up on stores again. Man, thank God for
2358.
This game would not be playable without all these cool people who do a lot of work for it. Like it's if you don't install the patch, then you can't even run the game without less than 2 gigs of RAM. It will crash.
Wow,
So that's a good thing. Yeah. I actually bought a game on Steam that has that problem, and it was before they had refunds, so I just had to eat it. I just lost my money forever. Oh, it's Activision. Oh, that's why they won't do anything interesting with it. Shit.
Well, damn.
Although, didn't Activision? I guess they were. Is it Activision who owned like Neverwinter Nights? I mean, they paid Obsidian to make Neverwinter Nights 2, right?
I guess.
Which, like, not a. I don't know that the result was that great, but they did. So, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sell that well.
Maybe.
But it's a cool game. I love these monitors with their fine like Apple II graphics. I also always like that being a vampire makes you good at hacking.
Yeah.
Which is expressed in like part of the book. Like you get hacking powers. It's great.
I don't know if walking through those beams will kill me or not, so I'm gonna save. Now it just sits at off like a billion alarms.
That's fair. Apparently Paradox has the rights to White Wolf.
Huh. That guy went flying. There we go. How do I get in there? Seems like there's a door over that way?
I have all these bottles of water because there was a hurricane, of course, last month. And my father bought like, a crate of bottled water.
Mm-hmm.
And then the hurricane didn't come here, so he just has all this water, so he's just been giving it to me. It's like, yeah, that's alright. So my apartment is also full of bottles of water now. But, it saves money, I guess. So that's alright.
How do I get in here?
Maybe you should avoid the lasers.
There was also a book that I picked up. Hold on. You need a security ability of at least 2 to use this item. Well.
What is your security ability?
Is 0.
Oh, yeah. Well, that won't work. Man. It's so sad that Troika fell apart. Because all their games are interesting.
Their key card on the ground.
That's true. Maybe one of the cops.
Maybe. Maybe there's a key card in this other room over this way.
Mm. Just walk through the lasers. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the...
Man, remember when like other companies used Source like this? It was like a really popular engine for a while there.
Yeah.
What happened? What
Uh,
happened to Source Engine?
better engines got made?
It's fair. It's a fair thing. But like, have you played Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, which is the first? I think that was the first Source engine. It came out before Half-Life 2. But if you haven't played that, you should. It's great. It has it's an RPG sort of. It's like an action RPG, but they decided to make full effect of having physics like in their engine,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can just kick people off things. You can kick them into things, kick them into spikes, kick spikes into them. It's great, and it's a really good game. Which sort of similarly to this, it was kind of buggy when it came out, but it's pretty good. I don't think Titanfall uses the Source engine, no. I think it uses... Actually, that's a good question. I don't know what Titanfall uses. I think it might just be the Call of Duty engine. Titanfall...
I thought it used the Halo engine.
It is Source engine, that's true. Titanfall 2 runs on Source. There you go. That's interesting, I didn't know that. Titanfall 2 is really good, by the way. All y'all should play it.
I've heard
Really
that's
good.
really good.
Yeah, it's got a great single-player campaign. And because Origin has this weird, like, Game Tap subscription service thing, you can play it for like $10, which is pretty sweet. And you just cancel your subscription afterwards.
Who's shooting me?
Valve, I think the official reason they didn't make Half-Life 3 is that they didn't want to, like, actually work on a game, anyone. So all the games that have been made since, like, Episode 2 have all been things they bought from outside developers, right?
But yeah, why would they ever make games again when they can just constantly buy games forever?
Yeah, I mean, they made Portal 2, but Portal 2 is also based on stuff they bought from outside, like all the paint stuff in it is from like a DigiPen thing. So they brought those people in and said, like, you guys make Portal 2, and they did.
And like,
Dota,
well,
of course, is Ice Frog.
I was
and then,
I was talking more along the lines of why would they ever make a game when they can just have Steam make them money for forever?
yes, well, that's true too, but I don't know. I mean, I bet they make a shit ton of money off Dota. I bet, and they don't have to do anything. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you're right. They basically they got a monopoly, basically. But they did announce a new game recently.
They did?
The Dota card game, which will
Oh.
also be on Steam. Which, that is the funniest announcement I've ever seen at like an E3, where everybody booed in the whole crowd. Because, like, all the, like, Gabe came out and he was like, we're announcing this new project, it's gonna be great. And everybody thinks, oh my god, Half-Life 3! And then they say, like, we ripped off Hearthstone, but with Dota.
And we've also ripped off Gwent, but with Dota.
Yes, that's exactly right. And they're just like, oh, no one could possibly give a shit about that. Even people who like Dota aren't gonna, like, can't care about that. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But I guess that's the big new thing, right? Is card games.
Yeah.
Everything's got a card game.
I'm just completely lost on where to go. Oh, hey, here's a door I don't think I've used yet. Roof access. I know, I've been up here before. Yeah, I've been here.
I was reminded of this game a lot when I was playing. I was playing through New Vegas, and I kept thinking of this game. There's a lot of like similarities, I think. Why was there just a dinosaur sitting there?
Oh, because it's a prank being pulled by somebody else. There's a note next to it.
Nice. If only the dinosaur could be a vampire too.
What am I doing here anyway? I'm trying to find the sarcophagus shit, and...
Yeah, I think like one of the primogenitors, like sarcophagi is here, right?
Yeah.
And those were like a big thing in like the late era Vampire Masquerade stuff. Was all like the original vampires coming back. And that was one of the reasons why they eventually rebooted the thing, actually, because everything kept building to like the apocalypse, but then the apocalypse of course never happened because then the story would be over. So they just said, we're going to just do a new vampire that doesn't have an end state, because then we can just print stuff forever, and that's basically what they've been doing. But the big like apocalyptic thing that happens in the vampire universe is all the old vampires come back, and because they're like from biblical times, they're super powerful and they can just kill anybody that they want to, and so everybody wants that to not happen. So that's kind of what goes on in this, is trying to prevent that. There was, there were a couple of books about like what might happen or campaigns you could run like during it, but generally they were always sort of, here's things that will happen in the future. And
I'm starting to get really annoyed at this, and I would like a walkthrough. Yeah, I'm back here because I couldn't find anything upstairs, and I can't find like what I'm supposed to do here.
I think you're supposed to have like the key, the code, right? But... It's been a couple years. It's been probably a decade, I guess, since I played this. Let's see. I mean, I guess if that.
Oh, hold on. I can do something.
You can hack it,
Auspex? Right? Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, well that'll turn the beams off at least, right?
Yeah.
So.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, but this still...
They didn't accomplish anything, though, because...
No.
We already, like...
Oh! Museum storage key was right on the... God damn it. Somebody pointed that out, and I completely ignored them.
Man. Unfortunate.
And the thing isn't here.
Is it in there?
Oh!
I don't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient core.
Yeah, Chris did call it.
The city's not that dull.
You know what would be a good setting for an RPG? Is like World War II.
So I thought I'd indulge.
And there was one made like that, but there's only one, and we need more.
So riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it,
those are some cool sunglasses that guy has, by the way.
I needed confirmation. Since it's missing, I'm inclined to believe it was stolen, or intentionally misplaced, if you like. Clearly, though, it's not here. Interesting choice of words. Weren't you here to take it away? Wouldn't that make you an attempted thief?
So, Kalon, you didn't enjoy playing vampire
Supernatural
tabletop.
creature in Los
Do you
Angeles is
do you have
such
any
a-
that you liked in
That is
particular?
almost human thieves.
Like
I suppose
tabletops?
you may want to
Yeah, like what do you like?
magicians as well.
D&D 4 and 5e. I like those. 13th Age is very good, but I'm a big fan of most of the Powered by the Apocalypse stuff because
Oh, I
it's simple
really wish I
and
had.
you can basically run it without any
About
books
the
telling you what to do.
sarcophagus containing an antediluvian
Yeah,
being a portrait
You can just
That's
print.
fair.
You can just print out a bunch of PDFs that you find on the internet and just run a game that way.
Assumptions I came
Yeah,
to
yeah, that's
debunk.
fair. That's fair. I like 4th edition too. I know people don't like it, but that was what like taught me how to do tabletop stuff, and it's pretty easy to learn, which I think is a benefit. But
5e is great. I've recently taken a dwarf barbarian who uses a great sword, and just whenever he goes into a rage, he just starts streaming stuff like "Oh shit" in your skull.
classy stuff. I remember.
We had to sneak into a Church of Bahamut because there was a bunch of enemies like there was a bunch of bad guys in the courtyard or like near the main entrance or whatever, and
Isn't that always the way?
yep. And they wanted to get like some mask that we were just learning about there and then in their basement, but there were too many for us to fight. So I had the brilliant idea of throwing a throwing knife at a kobold, which killed it, and then I ran past, and I was a big distraction. And while all the enemies chased me, the other two guys I was playing with snuck into the church and started barricading all the doors.
Nice.
Yes.
Tabletop, it's fun. I wish I had more time for it. Because it's a fun way to spend some time with people. But you gotta have the right people, I think. That's the main thing.
Transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most,
I still remember
has
my
been
first
twisted by time.
my first D&D campaign. I played a halfling, and I couldn't think of a name, so I just called him Frodo because I was lame. But Frodo was really cool because I gave him a bunch of role-playing skills, and then we just did a combat campaign. So he was mostly benefit from the bag. But when we got to the big fight at the end, which was against a dragon, I believe, I rolled like a bunch of criticals. So just by chance, I happened to be really effective, and everyone was like on Frodo's side again, briefly, and then I replaced him with someone else. But it was just like, you finally got to be helpful. At last.
It doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree?
Why don't people like 4th edition? I know it's kind of controversial, but
I don't know, because everybody was like, it's too much like World of Warcraft. That book doesn't tell you how to roleplay. If you need a book to teach you how to roleplay, you're roleplaying wrong. Sorry. Bye.
What prophecy doesn't have
harsh.
vague apocryphal
Perhaps it's
signs?
fair, I don't know.
Let's see.
Pretty
The
harsh.
usual ones cited are the appearance of thin bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
But it is true that, like, it's easy to sort of just do the combat stuff and not do any, like, role-playing.
I'm not content to attribute it to
Because it's
some
very
active
specific on that
supernatural
stuff. So I guess
biblical
that's
vengeance.
fair, but,
We exist
like,
for a reason. And if it
I'm
takes
glad
another
they've
300
modernized
to figure
things
it out.
with D&D, because,
Then
like,
focus.
if you've ever tried to play Shadowrun, then you should know that maybe modernizing stuff is things that other companies should do too. Because damn, man, that is not fun to do.
The extent to which movies have shaped modern belief systems is extraordinary. Still, it's a better explanation than a divine sentence for manslaughter. My sentiments exactly, but there's time to rectify that. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
So, Sagomi, that sounds amazing. Are you typing?
No, I'm trying to. Well, yes, I was actually, but I'm.
It's like, I keep hearing these thuds, and I guess because of your microphone, there's also a buzz.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
There might be a buzz because I live by a train tracks.
Hmm.
And there are many trains.
I went the wrong way.
The rent was lower because train, but no fun. I guess that makes sense. Airman says that the rules are too specific, so you can't like improvise as much, which I guess is fair. Except a good like DM would let you improvise anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like-
basically 4E boils down to is your group shitty and is your GM shitty? Which, you know what? That boils down to every D&D's edition.
It's true for any tabletop thing.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Like, you think anyone's played Call of Cthulhu and like written out all the fucking time measurements like the rules say? Nobody has done that ever. But it's in the rules. But you know, you just ignore it because it's not fun.
Goddamn primitive. I'm willing to believe you were a patsy in all this, but I'll be watching you, kid. Don't expect to see him until this bullshit is resolved.
Listen, kid, you did what you had to do. Just a messenger, right? Don't worry about Skelter. He's like all these big barking pups nowadays. They don't bite unless they get cornered. I hear Nine's got word. I'd wager he's gonna be laying low for a while. Yeah, sure, but there's packs of youngsters out there who love to make a name by bringing in the head of Nines Rodriguez. You're just eager to please, ain't you? I could give a goddamn kid, but I'm sure the boys here would appreciate it if you kept the business as usual. You hear me? Just a second. I heard you were down poking around the museum. Seems like he has a lot riding on that sarcophagus. He gets such a fierce bug in that powdered wig of his. I got another scenario for you here, kiddo. Gonna bounce it off you, see what you think. You ever hear of, Diablerie?
I guess if people don't like 4th edition, they can always play Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Well,
But I wouldn't be too excited about that personally. But I know there's a lot of people who still love that stuff.
But it's a big taboo in civilized kindred.
It's kind of unfortunate that like 4th edition, the rules very well suited to like a computer RPG. I think they really would be, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they ever really made one. Like it would work great. Those rules would be so easy to adapt to like a computer. You know, it's very specific. It all works like that. It would be perfect, and they never did. Which is weird.
You gotta figure a drop of ancient blood would make any kindred just about invulnerable. Anyone who has a sarcophagus is gonna be thinking the same thing. If LaCroix gets the sarcophagus, at least we know where it is. Besides, getting the sarcophagus...
Unless, I don't know, did Neverwinter Nights 2 use 4th edition? Maybe it was...
No, it's still 3rd.
Ah. I never really played it that much. I think I started the basic campaign and it was not very exciting to me.
Third for Neverwinter Nights and 2, 3.5 for D&D Online. 5e for the new one. What new one?
What new one? Is there a new D&D game coming? That would be exciting for
I know
me.
there's a Pathfinder game coming out. I helped kickstart that.
Yeah, that looks like that's going to be a big old clusterfuck.
I don't know.
It's
They
unfortunate.
could probably get it right. It just depends on who they hire, which they've hired pretty good people, but you never know.
Like, I don't think that, like, Pathfinder inherently would have to be bad. I just don't think that project looks like it's going to be very successful. I think it'll end up like Shadowrun Online, which is the one that everyone forgets about. I forget, they like changed the name a couple times to get away from people knowing it's not great. So I think now it's called like Boston Lockdown or something, but that was unfortunate. Yeah, maybe Pathfinder will be good, but
animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective.
I'd be super up for some new Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I think that'd be cool.
If you're still up and about in a few hours, why don't you stop by at the end of my shift and I'll treat you to breakfast, huh?
I can't find anything though. The last thing I can think of is Sword Coast Legends. Oh, is that 5th edition? Maybe so. I forgot about that.
I love the fact that ever since I hit on this guy in order to get into someplace more easily, he's just taken it the complete wrong way, and I don't have the heart to put him down.
No matter what you do,
right.
Behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounced the blast sentence, and I soak
where I forget where this is set. This is like supposed to be America, right?
Yeah, it's LA.
But it just looks like Eastern Europe to me. Everything in it. It's a very it looks like bar that I remember and stuff like that.
Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head that will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising
attendant, has dialogue like this is fine when a character in a game is saying it, but when you have to say it to other people around a table, it becomes insufferable.
Yep.
Stolen?
Yes, because people who play Vampire are the most pretentious people.
Gary.
The worst is people who do live-action roleplay of Vampire. That's like falling into like a nightmare world. It's insane.
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake. I want him found. I want him found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands... The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's Baron is an anarch.
Maybe I should play Neverwinter Nights 2 again. I always forget about it.
Maybe.
Nonetheless,
Maybe.
he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve.
I don't know. How bad was it?
He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him.
I haven't played it in so long
that
that...
sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences.
You know what's weird? The Witcher, the first Witcher, is built in the Neverwinter Nights engine.
Huh.
And you would hardly be able to tell, but it is, and that's part of why the animations are kind of weird, because it's really not built to have that kind of combat and stuff like that. So it's very strange. But yeah, it started, I think, they were working on a mod, and it got picked up by the company, and they developed it into a full game, which was a big thing in Polish and Russian companies back then.
Going somewhere.
And it turned out real good, of course, but kind of
Hollywood. We're going over to Hollywood.
Nice. Yes, that's why the combat in The Witcher is very strange, because it's trying to build it on top of a real-time with pause D&D system, and it's very awkward. custom engine works fine, and 3 is of course also very cool. But yeah, that was kind of a weird time because there were a lot of RPGs that came out on like weird engines. Then there was this. There's The Witcher. I guess Dark Messiah was also Source and things like that. It was just like I don't know why nobody used the Infinity engine. Like you could probably have licensed it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, someone should license it now. Bring it back. Imagine how much money you would get in a Kickstarter if you did that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we are actually going to make another Infinity Engine game. That would be the biggest thing. In fact, I guess it wasn't a Kickstarter, but I guess that's what that new Baldur's Gate was, right? They just made a new one. And I think it did pretty well, even if it's not amazing. It sold pretty well. Oh man, there's a Troika billboard up there. That's great.
Good evening,
Oh,
Neil.
Troika.
Isaac Abrams. I've been expecting you. Seems
We all miss
soldiers
them.
of the Camarilla shuffling a little
They made
too
Arcanum, dude. Arcanum
Babyface,
is a hell of a
Crow
thing.
got something to say to me?
Have you played Arcanum?
No, I have not.
It was basically they were trying to make like an
Courteous of you to
Infinity
stop
Engine
by.
type thing, and
All
it's
kindred that enter
it's
my
not
domain
great,
are
but it
expected to
has
introduce
one cool
themselves.
thing, which is
It may seem like
your
an
character's
arcane formality,
reaction
but
and
it's
dialogue
serves
depend
its
on
purpose.
intelligence, as does like their journal and stuff. So if it's really, really low, they just don't understand anything that's happening in the game, and everybody will be very frustrated with them. And it's because they're like, this is the chosen one, and they're just like, they can barely read and write, and all they can do is hit things, and everybody's like, what are we supposed to do with this guy? It's great, but they bit off a bit more than they could chew, which is true here as well. But
what I want is a simple exchange. Last week I paid for a certain movie, and this evening I got an email saying that the seller is ready to deliver it. Unfortunately, he's become a bit paranoid all of a sudden.
I always like how vampires have like the fancy ones have like expensive stuff, but they'll be like, this is my princedom, and it's just like a pawn shop or something. But it's like they're a vampire, so they have to treat it very specially like that. It's their domain. This crappy jewelry store.
Joseph K. and use the password Kafka. There'll be an email in there that will specify a nearby location. Meet the contact, pick up the item, come back. Not too painful, right? There'll be plenty of time for questions later. I'll explain everything when you get back. Excellent. In the meantime, consider yourself a welcome guest in my barony. Welcome to Hollywood.
Alright, so I have 8 experience points to spend. Let's see. I can't use it in Subterfuge. That's a little too high. I guess I'll hang on to this for now.
Cool.
It's like none of the stuff I want costs 8.
Right. You have a lot of scholarship there, man.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to determine stuff, and apparently that's not, like, you need other skills to determine some things.
Everyone was
Right.
sick about you when you didn't show up and didn't call.
You should bite some people. Just do it, man. Go for it.
Are you okay? You know what? Never mind.
Be a cool vampire.
Is it drugs? Something like that? Look, let me make a call. We'll get you some help. Nobody's judging you. They'll be happy to know you're alive. It's me, Samantha. Don't you... Did you suffer amnesia? Is that it? Let me make a call.
I love
We'll
that everyone has
get together. We
eyeliner.
can talk. Maybe you'll remember something. The important thing is that they know that you're alive. Come on, this is serious. I know it's
Vampires,
Don't you recognize me?
but
It's
I
me,
guess
Samantha.
I guess nobody cares, so I guess it's fine.
It is you. I don't think you know what you're saying. We're gonna help you. You'll see. Everybody just wants to see you safe and back to your old self. Wait here. I'm gonna make a call.
Is this
Like,
somebody from my old life, or is she just simply mistaking me for somebody else?
I think she's supposed to be, yeah, if I remember correctly.
Somebody from your old life? Okay. So, while we're here, we can go ahead and we can start some side quest stuff. For instance, there's some hotel that I need to look for. The, Lucky Star Motel. Is that here? Yes, it is. In fact, I walked past it. Was that your computer making that beep or mine?
It was Skype, yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's Skype? Oh man, I didn't even know people still used Skype.
No, I mean it was Steam, sorry.
Oh.
I will make it not do that. Turn the thing off. I always used to forget to turn it off when I would, like, record stuff, which was always very embarrassing. There we go. Do it anymore. Yeah, she's from your old life, but telling her about, like, being a vampire and stuff would be a masquerade violation.
She is apparently... I got a masquerade violation just from letting her live.
Yeah, because she knows that you're around and that you died but came back, so that's no good. You can, yeah, if you, like, convince her in various ways, you can get, like, masquerade back or things like that. Or you can just kill her and then you lose humanity.
It's gonna be okay.
But at least the masquerade is preserved, so that's important.
Well, I'll let her live. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's other ways to get the, oh, here it is. Lucky Star. There's ways to, oh.
Yeah,
she's
she'll
just gonna
follow
keep
you around for a while.
following me.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, no vacancies. Feel free, babe. This is a treasure trove of human banality. Working here, you meet lots of types of man. You get stories, you get characters, you know. This is the kind of place where writers go to study human behavior, man. It's invaluable. Writer's such a tarnished term, you know what I mean? It's like every other guy says he's a writer, right? Like, you write a letter, you're a writer, you know? It's like, what I do, that's screenwriting. Like, I encapsulate the essence of excellent film in my scripts, all right? Like, I'm like a blacksmith with pens, all right? I'm a welder of montage.
He's got a little bit of cocaine in him, I'm betting.
You should just, like, ink the flotsam and jetsam floating in his subconscious into a 120-page piece of film genius. But, you know, most of my subconscious is filled with old horror films, so that's what I write mostly, I guess. Me? I'm, like, looking to redefine the vampire movie, okay? Like, tons of people make vampire flicks, like popular characters, but me, I'm gonna be doing the real deal. Like, not only is it gonna be scary, but it's gonna be believable. Well, in my story, it's not like about garlic and bats, okay? It's about vampire societies and stuff. You know, like, what would vampires be really all about? I mean, how do they blend into society without being discovered?
Okay.
That would explain why my nephew invested that 20 I sent him for his birthday on magic beans. It's always good to know that the future of our country is in your hands, isn't it?
Okay, so I have a key to a room somewhere.
Let's see who else we got.
So it's Probably on the other side, then.
Oh my god! My work is done.
Okay.
I wonder if they ever did anything like Twilight made vampires really big again, right?
I guess.
Well, sort of, right? Like, so I wonder if they did anything like to like try and market to those kind of people, like the White Wolf. I wonder if they did that. Like, you can be Edward. Isn't that great? Except, I don't know if you really sparkle in World of Darkness, but I guess you could.
No,
Sounds
I don't
cool.
think you do. I think you just die if you touch the sunlight. That's
This
like
is our
the
new setting.
that's like the
Fire.
one that's like the one thing about vampires that's actually true from the old stories in the Masquerade.
Yeah. It'd be kind of funny though if they were just like, we're releasing a new source book. It's Washington. Yeah, you just kind of hang out, play baseball. You can date a lady, whatever. Go to school. It's sweet. Have you ever seen any of the Twilight movies?
No, they look terrible.
They are really bad, but the final one is pretty funny because, like, it's all building up to this climax, and apparently in the novel, what they do is they just talk to the villain and like explain things, and everyone just leaves, right?
Right.
Because it's a romance novel, and they didn't want to have like a big fight scene in it. But in the movie, the director, I guess, decided that was not a great way to end a film. So there's a 20-minute dream sequence where they all kill each other in a big fight scene. And like people get their heads ripped off, people get eaten by werewolves, a hole opens to the center of the earth and they throw people in it. Well, that's no good. I'm glad that was just a dream. And then they don't fight. But, which is like the biggest cop-out like you could have possibly imagined. But I guess it makes sense. Like, if you're given this thing to adapt and you're like, where's the climax? And there isn't one. You just make one up.
Whoa!
I love all the superpower vampire stuff with all the physics stuff. It's great. Early physics
Where do
stuff.
I go? Oh, maybe
Ragdoll,
this way.
awesome. Oh shit! Everything's blowing up. Yes, fire is very harmful to vampires.
Stay the fuck
You
back.
should go that
Did
way. There
nothing
you go.
to you. What the hell do you care? I don't give a damn if you understand.
What's the stupid werewolf phrase? When will you rage? That's the werewolf apocalypse catchphrase.
Decide if those murderers deserve to be gutted. You'll never know how it feels. Never. My family, my children were butchered by small-time criminals just looking to rob a house, steal a car, take whatever. No sense to any of it. No plan, no ransom. Just kill them because why? Because they were there in the way? Not one of them paid. My whole family dead, my life gone. I'm supposed to let that happen? I tracked them down, hunted them, one by one, caught them all. The one you saw in Hollywood, he was the last of them. Revenge, justice, whatever you want to call it. All I thought about is taking these evil animals, ripping them to shreds and licking their blood from my claws. Butchering those bastards was the first time I felt anything since my family.
This is some good role-playing
I'm
stuff.
sure there are others
Yeah.
out there whose crimes have gone unpunished. At least I put it to use. How many vampires have used their abilities for a just cause? At least I did something.
He should be some sort of bat-themed superhero. Perhaps he could call himself. What would be a good name for that? What do you think?
No.
Hmm.
No.
Hmm.
It's got to stop. I can't live like this.
Robin.
Yes.
Yes.
Do it again. I swear. Forgive me.
I was trying to think, what did Robin change his name to when he became like dark and edgy? Remember?
Nightwing.
Nightwing, yeah. Nightwing.
I mean, that makes sense for a vampire superhero, I guess.
That would be alright, yeah. I just always thought that was funny. It's like, you know, you guys take me seriously now. I'm Nightwing. I'm not Robin. I'm so
Hey,
much cooler.
look! I'm done all the active stuff in Santa Monica.
Nice. Yeah, after you leave California, it gets a little worse, from what I remember.
Wait, you leave California?
Don't you go to? I think you go to New Orleans, don't you?
I don't know. I've never played this game before.
I don't remember if you do or not. I just remember that the last area of the game is bad, but I don't remember where it is. It might just be in the swamp somewhere or something. Or the sewers. I think there's a long sewer dungeon that I remember hating. But
I have 12 experience. I can max out Brawl if I wanted. I could put more into Subterfuge. Get that horniness up.
no, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking about. Maybe I was thinking about the other vampire RPG. What's it called? The one that you go like that takes place in like different time periods.
Oh, Blood Rain.
No, but
I mean,
that would be funny. Yeah,
Blood
I do
Rain
like-
does take place in different timelines, so I don't know what
That's
you're
a good
talking
point.
about.
Also, Blood Rain is canon with the Blair Witch Project, as was established in the Blair Witch Project video game, where you meet, you get to see some stuff from Blood Rain in it for some reason. I should really like stream those or something. Those are
Okay.
crazy. Dale Cooper shows up. He's there. There's like a cowboy and a bunch of Indians who are magical. Blair Witch. Because when you watch the Blair Witch Project, what you think it's missing is like secret agents and like guns and a bunch of demons and stuff. I played some horror game on Steam a couple years ago, and there was a movie theater in it, and they had taken advantage of the fact that Night of the Living Dead is public domain to have the whole movie just be playing on a loop inside the movie theater
I was just thinking the same.
on the screen, so you can watch it.
Look, I found the BAPS.
Nice. This is a very horny game.
It is a very horny
One of my
game.
friends described it.
It's your friend being me, because this game is extremely horny, man.
It's very horny, yes.
You and me.
It's all about tits.
Just a little while. Away from
No
the
dicks,
house and the
but
dogs.
lots of breasts.
Just the two of us.
Lots of front-loaded anvils,
I don't want to
as
but there's a reason I needed to.
as that one guy would say.
Let's. The reason I asked you up here is because and the rest of the Hollywood kindred have been under surveillance.
I didn't scare her.
I didn't want you to say anything that might draw attention. Maybe not. I'm Velvet. Velour. But you can call me Vivi.
Velvet Velour? Oh my god, that is such a porn name.
It's been months since I've seen you.
That's my vampire name. I'm really cool now.
And who should finally walk in but a real celebrity? I've heard a lot
Yeah,
about
it's convenient that vampires only bite people with like really like cool or sexy names. There's no like.
No, I think they
Diet
just choose a different one.
Yeah, maybe. Nobody's like, I'm Rhonda. Yeah, you know.
I'm just a dancer.
Flo.
Keep it up
Eh.
and maybe I'll give you your own.
I work at the Vampire Diner.
I can make your heart beat again. I'm like a book. All you have to do is run your finger down my spine and crack me open to see what I'm about. Hunters. Yes.
Oh my god, this is just the horniest person I've met. Is she another Torador?
I don't remember.
They're whittling down the list of
I
suspects.
don't remember, but
I'm a bit
fucking
nervous.
stupid.
Until recently, I had one right under my nose.
Oh man. Every woman in this game has enormous breasts, and it is ridiculous.
She's Torador. I figured she was Torador. She is very horny.
I like that she's standing next to a poster that also has a woman with a bikini. Like just like double, you know, double the bikinis, double the baps.
Would you? I think it might be a little much to ask. You'd really be.
It is funny, you can play as a Nosferatu, and then you just like stay in the sewers the entire game.
But if you got rid
And
of
it
them,
sucks.
I'd be grateful.
But it's an option.
Very grateful.
If you do that, you never meet Samantha because you never go outside or do fun
Broken heart
things.
tattoo on the small of her back. Dances under the name Chastity.
That's true. She does not approach you because you're like a weird monster face.
I want you to understand. I don't want any innocents killed on my account. So if there are other dancers or patrons around, you'll have to lure them away from her. Do it as quietly as you can. No witnesses, please. And be careful using disciplines around the hump. I'm sorry. I'd rather revel in the present than dwell on the past.
Every time I select something, her tits jiggle.
It is now.
Yes. That is a quirk of the engine, but
I'm a dancer.
not a good one. I always think of Dead or Alive. Remember the jiggle physics?
Oh yes, the jiggle
Yeah,
physics
where
of
they would
Dead and
just
Alive.
Kind of like float around like they were in space, like some sort of ghost had haunted their breasts. They were just flying around, terrifying.
I think I found where all the horny is, guys. Whoa, hello. Am I going to get banned for streaming you on Twitch?
Hey there, sweetheart. My
No,
name
it's
is
perfectly
Elizabeth.
fine.
Can I interest
This
you
is
in a
great.
private dance? I've got something special in mind.
I'm sure you're not the only person who's played Vampire on Twitch, to be honest. But yeah, welcome to the sexy town. Everything's hot here.
Started. What?
It's funny because
Then
like
I'm a little
expressly
short on
in the
time,
source material, vampires like aren't
Sorry,
into
but
sex
I don't
normally,
give out these
but
bits for free.
for some reason, every vampire in
You do that,
World of Darkness has like enormous breasts and wears almost nothing. It's almost like the fans have an ulterior motive.
It's also there is the whole thing of vampires can use blood to recreate certain fluids to have sex. It's weird if they do that. It's like considered super weird, but they can. That's how Damfires get created. Is that a vampire decides, yeah, okay, I'll become horny tonight.
I'm gonna cast arousal on myself.
I'm gonna cast horny on myself. Thank you.
Yes. I cast resurrect on my dick. And Orion
Okay, so
Also, World of Darkness in general is very horny, I think.
yeah, I think it is. Fast
If
buck.
you're into sex and talking about sex with a bunch of people while eating Doritos, but I don't know if that's really what I'd be up for.
Hello, hello. What's this?
I do like that pretty much every vampire place in this game is like a strip club or like some sort of like incredibly.
There's no
elite
music in here. What are they dancing to?
Where's like the vampire like grocery store or something? You know, like we're open late all night.
Okay, so I need to find some way to get this guy to.
Do I know you?
He's got a katana.
So, you come here
Yeah,
often?
that guy's cool. That guy's really cool. He's
I
definitely
tell you
not
when hell
a
freezes
vampire
over,
hunter.
But
That's
there's
true.
always that chance that it might. So, let me just go with the definite no way in hell.
What's the hops, bro?
I chose the wrong thing.
Yes.
Are you a detective? Because I need to
You're
be
not just
taken
leaving me alone,
in.
are you?
That's not a good pickup line. That might be one of the worst I've ever heard.
You're not like other girls, are you?
You know, it would be funny if your character was like bad at seduction, if he had just like really bad pickup lines in his dialogue.
Well, her dialogue.
Well, whichever, but like, you know, it's like just like ones that make no sense and aren't sexy, and you're just like, yeah, I'm picking it off.
So how am I supposed to do this? Oh, with the name of Chet.
Shouldn't that violate?
Working as a stripper by the name of Chastity at the Sin Bin. Is this the Sin Bin?
Fight people in public like that, but I guess it's fine.
Is this the Sin Bin? I use blood stuff now. I have a +2 to all boning rolls. No, this is the ass pole. Oh. Oh.
But it wouldn't be +2, would it? Because they have all those weird percentage rolls, which everybody hates. You'd have like 2 different dice, right?
I thought they got rid of that. I thought it was just a D10 where you just rolled a D10, and if it landed on 7 through 10, then you succeeded.
Ah, did they change it like that?
I think so.
I think it used to be like that though, where it was like everything was in like hundreds. But man, I don't know. It has been a long time.
Chastity at the Sin Bin. So where the fuck is the Sin Bin?
I don't know. Do you get a map? I don't remember if you get a map.
You can look at like maps of at the bus station, like maps of the district.
Ah, yes.
7 Sin Bin, so it's right behind me actually. Oh, I think this is the Sin Bin. Here it is. Yeah, it just I was very confused because I thought it just had like a generic sign, but no, there's neon lighting in the window.
Cool. You found it.
Yes, I did. Also, there's the peep show over there.
Hey, hot pants. The name's Flynn. I'm the proprietor of this here establishment. Anything
I've never been to Santa Monica. Is this accurate in its depiction of Santa Monica?
Word here. You know what I'm talking about?
Is the Sin Bin an adult rental place? I forgot about that.
Yeah, Chastity. She works downstairs in the booth. But if you're looking for someone to trim your hedge, I got better girls than her. She ain't exactly adventuresome. Know what I'm talking about?
All right, it's your $1. But if you want a private show, you're gonna have to wait until the booth customers clear out. The girls don't come out for one-on-one action until then.
Alright, let's just go down to the peep show.
How do, like, adult rental places stay open these days?
I don't know.
There's one on the way to Austin, and I always see it every time. It's, like, right by the interstate. I always wonder, who is going there? Like... But it's... You can say they don't, but this one has been there for as long as I can remember. Like... Ever since I was like a kid and I didn't know what that meant, and I was really confused by the sign, and now that I do know, like, it's been there for 20 years or so. And it's still open. Someone must go. Maybe it's just one guy. Maybe it's just like some dude. It's just like, man, I really gotta rent, like, I don't know, big tit nuns for none harder. He's like, I gotta go to that one place. I assume that's what he sounds like.
Dude, you can't even...
What?
No, I'm talking to this guy, to these guys. You do realize that you are looking at nothing.
This is a really terrible strip place. Why is that guy just in a room? The fuck? Yeah, that's a good question, dude. It's just like...
Okay, actually, I think I screwed that up, so...
That would be the most, like, depressing trip to a strip club, like, of all time.
Hey, hi. The name.
Like, I'm just gonna go stand in the booth and, like, not pay and just be there.
All right, it's your $1. But if you want a private show... Yeah?
I think you have to get rid of everyone who are in the booths.
I don't know how to do that, though.
You could kill them, I guess.
But I don't want to kill them.
You could dominate them, right? Or... in some fashion, you need to get rid of them. Ah, you don't have the lockpicking skill. Why does everyone have such shitty computers? And very poor password protection, I have to say.
There we go. I managed to get this guy to...
But he already wasn't looking through the window. So, like,
yeah.
How did he notice that something was wrong? That guy's really pissed. He really wanted to look at that lady through the wall somehow.
Okay. Let's try getting in here.
At least that guy's having a good time.
Hey, I was waiting in there for 10 minutes. What's your problem? Oh. Okay. I'll just go back into the pleasure palace.
Oh, shit, she found me. Okay, whoop. Alright, so I need to find out...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, this, that That's a pretty rough strip club right there.
Yeah. Who allowed her to have a sword?
This is my sexy katana. I use it for my from a show. Yeah. This strip club caters to the Japanese animation fans of the world.
She's a real sword swallow. Oh no, Suede Denim Secret Police. Come on. That's just.
I thought that was funny.
I do too. Yeah, I honestly think that's pretty funny. Okay.
Hey, I was waiting in there for 10 minutes. What's your problem? Oh. Okay. I'll just go back into the pleasure palace.
Maybe if I tell her... Maybe if I tell this guy that there's a freebie in there, they'll want to go.
Maybe so.
Dude, I got you free sex.
Open that door with psychic powers. I don't know how that works.
Well, here we are. You got
Yeah.
something specific.
Tell the horny
in
guy
mind.
that he
Clock's
can, like,
ticking, honey.
have a good time. Oh, he won't move.
No.
Hmm.
Dude, you need to leave. I don't know how to make you leave.
Hmm. That one's tougher.
Yep, I'm just... How do I get you to leave?
Hmm. Well, if that woman runs after you and tries to kill you, I guess maybe he'll leave.
No, but I'm not supposed to do stuff in front of
Hmm.
Okay. Where's her sword? Where did her sword go? Because she's a hunter.
Oh. And she works in, like, a shitty strip club?
Yeah, that was her thing.
You'd think she could do better. I don't know.
Oh, since you couldn't... Okay.
Hey, hot pants.
Ah, that makes sense.
Hey, relax. The name's...
Alright. Well, let's go tell what's her face that we've managed to kill the hunter, which is always nice. I like that your ranged playthrough is now power fisting. I mean, yeah, my fists are really good. Why would I not punch everything?
Yeah. Also, ranged combat in this game, not great. Not very good.
I guess. Well, you can change that to say combat in this game's not very great.
That's also accurate. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. The only Troika game that has anywhere good combat is Temple, is the first one, which is just a big dungeon crawler, and so it doesn't have anything else in it, but it has combat.
Could you?
And yeah, Temple of Elemental Evil's all right, but it's not. It's no vampire.
If we'd never taken the paths we did in life, could we have grown fond of each other? A shame you had to take her life. But you've saved mine, and I won't forget that. Yes, I'm quite a compelling subject, I'm sure. Hopefully,
there were a bunch of hunter games on like the Xbox, which I think were like kind of like Gauntlet type things. I've never played them, but there were 3 of them, I think, and they were based on like the Hunter line from World of Darkness instead of this. And I was kind of been curious how they were.
Mingle, sightsee, chat.
They did not have PC ports.
All right. Well, the two.
Poor David Hatter.
Huh?
David Hatter's an aspiring screenwriter and hotel manager. He comes in more often than he would admit. Several years now. Poor dear just can't get a break. I overheard him talking about his new screenplay with one of my girls. It was about secret societies and creatures that found themselves dealing with inner beasts and persecution by elder monsters. Sound reminiscent of something to you? Yes. The details of his story were too insightful to be coincidental. I think someone's working with David. A kindred who doesn't realize the consequences of their actions. Do you know what the penalty for revealing ourselves
So, check this out. Hunter the Reckoning was for Xbox and GameCube, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did a sequel for the PlayStation 2. Then they did a sequel to that, which was just on the Xbox. So,
and his less than silent
I don't understand the decision to do any of those things.
I know
but
David too well. I'm very fond of David, and I'm too close.
yeah,
to
so if you wanted to play, the whole series, you had to have at least a PlayStation and an Xbox. And I don't know anyone who had both of those things actually at the time. Everybody just had one or the other. So what the fuck's the point?
Once you found out who, kill the traitor, but do not touch David. David works at the Lucky Star Motel. He's very passionate about his writing. He loves to talk about his craft. I'm sure he'll talk about his screenplay. It may take some persuasion to get him to give up his collaborator's name, however.
Don't worry, I'm good for persuasion.
I promise you'll have my complete attention.
That is one of the most important ones.
So she wants me to not kill David, which is good, because I didn't want to kill David. David seems... I mean, he seems pretty cool for a cokehead. I'm 100% convinced he's, like, on some sort of cocaine. Yeah, let's go to the Lucky Star Motel. Talk to David again. Yes, I am go... Oh, there it is. Still kind of learning Hollywood, even though it's a straight line.
Yeah. Sorry. It's confusing because all the buildings are marked in like weird ways, or not at all.
Yeah.
Right? And people complain about stuff like Oblivion having a compass with like quest markers. I think it's a good thing. I appreciate it. Because, like,
A good writer always
if
does
the
what he
directions
can.
or the level layout is not good enough, then you'll be stuck for a long time on things that don't make any sense to be stuck on.
This one's still a work in progress.
Like, in real life, you could just be like, hey, where is this one
Of
place?
course. I hope you find
And they
it
would tell you, but not in a video
stimulating
game.
read. I really can't talk about it. He likes his privacy. Okay. He's a guy, calls himself Julius. He lives under the pier. In fact, I'm supposed to meet him tonight. We talk about vampire film ideas all the time. He's a weird guy, but really creative. You know, I love how his mind works.
All right. I'm not still being followed by my old life, but I'm pretty sure that doing what I'm about to do is going to give me a masquerade point.
What are you doing?
Finding the vampire that has been violating the masquerade and about to beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. That should give you one, yeah.
Hop in.
I think the only thing that relates to your old life is that one bit where you met Samantha. That's the only thing that comes up. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It's kind of thought that maybe like they intended to have more stuff because like she has like a unique model and things like that and all that sort of thing. But
yeah, I thought that was going someplace, but apparently not.
Yeah, no, that's it. But you know, it's hard to tell what like was just intended to just be a small thing and what they had to cut for time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were on a real harsh. This was like a rough development for this game, which is unfortunate. But what we got is cool, so it's okay. But I wish they'd had the chance to make what they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I am kind of low on my... If anything, this should work fine.
To Heavy Metal Loser, yes, the sequel to a PS2 exclusive was an Xbox exclusive, but that PS2 exclusive was the sequel to a game on the Xbox. So it's all confusing. I don't know.
No.
Very bizarre. Yeah, that guy makes a good point. They could have maybe cut some of the stuff that wasn't like, if it wasn't very good, they might have cut it too. But
I didn't mean.
I like these guys on the beach.
I don't understand what I am. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Please, I'll never do it again. No. Oh, God. Please, find your heart. Please, find your heart.
You're gonna kill Julius.
You could let me go. I promise.
I always kind of thought the masquerade thing was kind of bullshit. Like, I mean, I understand what it's for, but like, as like when you're like role playing, it's kind of like you kind of have the idea that you would probably want to fight against something like that because it's kind of like tyrannical, but you can't. It's not in the rules. Yeah, that's a good point too. Early Source stuff really had a lot of trouble because Valve kept changing things. Like, I know Dark Messiah suffered from that a lot too, and Dark Messiah has a bunch of cut stuff as well. On the whole, it kind of comes off a little bit more working than this does, a little more cohesive, but they had a lot of trouble as well. And you should definitely play that at some point if you feel like it. But
what game?
Dark Messiah of Might and Magic.
Oh yeah, I've never played it before, but
yeah, you should play it sometime. It's good. It's very entertaining. It's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't have like a plot or anything really. It's just like an RPG where you fight people, but it's pretty cool. It's fun. But I was thinking about it because that guy in the chat mentioned that Troika had a lot of trouble with Valve, like always changing shit in Source and breaking their game, and that was true of everyone who was working on stuff at the time. Valve would like change the physics engines, like values, and then things would just fall apart. And that game, which doesn't use physics that much, but Dark Messiah, everything is like physics based, and so they had to keep changing it constantly to deal with Valve.
Squares, I'm protecting the Masquerade. There's going to be more opportunities for humanity later, especially since I'm at pretty good humanity right now.
Yeah.
So I do not want to really break the Masquerade too much, though.
Yeah. It's kind of easier to get humanity, I think, in general, than Masquerade stuff.
Yeah.
Because
I ran into a lot of Masquerade stuff earlier, but that was when I had full Masquerade and I wasn't willing to kill a rando.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good system for like forcing you to make decisions. I mean, you know, in a tabletop system, you would rely on the game maker the GM to kind of make you make decisions. But in the context of a computer game, it works pretty well. Where like you have to do things you wouldn't want to because you have to maintain these things, and I kind of like that.
Here, would you tear it up for me? Fine. I understand. Are they? I mean, did you? It must have been difficult. But take some comfort in knowing if you hadn't, someone else would have had to. I do appreciate your help. A lot.
Masquerade Redemption, there we go.
Nice.
I simply adore you. You're so sweet to me. The way you protect me. What would I have done had you never come in here? Oh, why can't they all be like you? The world could be so beautiful. Here, take this. A reminder of the beautiful girl whose heart you stole.
BV's autographed photo. Okay, what does that do for me?
Classic.
Nothing.
You can sell it, maybe.
Yeah, probably. I found 2 watches, though.
Nice. Pawn shop guy's gonna be very proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a coincidence. I was playing the Desperate Housewives game earlier, and I also sold a bunch of people's watches. Pawn shops in it. But in my defense, I needed the money to buy illegal drugs.
Oh, right.
Yeah. As you do when you're a housewife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Maybe I should stream that game.
Maybe you should. Because I was interested in getting it myself, but then I saw the price of it, and I was like, no. Crow's insane.
The price of it?
It's like $30.
What?
Yeah!
I paid like $1 for it. I got it at the bookstore. Because it was because I thought I saw it on the shelf and I thought that's probably like a hidden object game, right? And I was like, I play a lot of hidden object games. I think they're amusing. But I pick it up and it's like, no, it's a full-on adventure game. You get to like buy furniture and also rob people. It's great. And it all leads up to an exciting climax.
Yeah, I saw you post the exciting climax. I think the words exciting climax are a bit overstepping it, but okay.
I couldn't stop laughing as like I saw where things were going. I was so confused. And then everyone died. And I was glad they gave me the choice for that. Because like the way it's set up is like there are like the 3 love interests, and they say you have to choose one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell your son, actually, I'm going to take this gun and shoot everybody because I don't need a man. And the son's like, that's cool. Sounds like a good plan.
That sounds like a reasonable thing that sane people do. Yes, Mother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even though one of them is his dad also. Like, you'd think he would care. But he's just like, this is cool, Mom. I'm sold. We're gonna be bandits.
Just kill Dad. That's fine. I'm okay with this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's cool with it. Because he's a hooligan, and you gotta deal with that in other parts of the game. He likes violent video games. That's a sign he's a bad seed.
Welcome to Red Spot, home of the Monster Chug. 72 ounces of your favorite beverage for 89 cents. Blah, blah. You need help or something? Always. You should come out and see my band, Ebola Cereal.
I love his band's name. It's Ebola Cereal.
We're gonna ruin the place.
That's a good indie band name, actually. That's pretty good.
They don't let me in anymore.
You have nightmares
Damn,
about
the girls
them.
in there.
Help me out here.
It's like a midget smuggling ring. If you're into that kind of thing.
15 more cents.
Hey, you know, you should really ask me about the special, you know?
Are there any scientists out there?
It's like a midget smuggling ring? What?
I don't get it either.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is he a pedophile? Is that what he's saying? I don't understand.
You interested?
Like, I'm not trying to joke about that. I really is that what that was supposed to mean?
You know, they voluntarily eat insects in some countries. So, you never sleep at night. I assume you do sleep, right?
Nachos together.
Let's see. Let's sell the watches for 15 bucks a pop. Oh, I can sell the photo. It's worth a lot, too, so yeah.
You're not gonna keep it as a memento of your experience?
Nah. It's money.
Okay.
$200, damn.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Let's see. The Colt Anaconda.
So, have you done any other kinds of writing?
I'm not using ranged weapons much anymore, but I should probably pick up this light leather armor stuff.
Yeah. Well, what are you wearing currently?
Something not as good.
Is there
fair enough.
anyone in this city that
Yeah, well, then buy it.
Yeah.
Armor's always good.
doesn't call themselves a writer or actor or director? Don't you think you're doing a disservice to those who actually make their living in those art forms by deeming yourself something you're not, or not even...
Yeah, it gives me a dexterity of -1, but if I ever want dexterity, I can just use blood buff.
That's true.
Wouldn't that make you a critic? Let's see if anyone else agrees. Line 2. Are you ready for a menage a trois?
Sure thing, Deb.
And would you please state what you do for a living?
Alright, I think my dexterity was always 1 anyway, so... Oh, I have 10 experience that I can put into something.
Hmm. You're punching lots of people, you could put it into strength.
I could, yeah. But strength is also determined by that thing.
That's true. You could get another Auspex. That's useful.
I could get another Auspex. Wits and Perception. Put it into Brawl. I don't have enough to do Brawl, but that's probably... I can save it and get it later, sure. Oh yeah, that's right, I have drugs that I can sell.
That's true. You should sell some drugs.
I should sell some drugs. Wow, that's a thing I never...
Any kids listening, always sell drugs.
No, the opposite of that. Don't sell drugs. It's bad.
I worked at a school for a little while, and I was always very jealous of all the kids who sold drugs because they had like nicer car than me. I was very jealous. It's just like, how can you afford this fancy car at like the age of 16? And he said, I sell heroin. And I said, okay.
Looks like
that's
somebody's
fair.
been waiting in the queue quite a while to speak to yours.
Which, yeah, I guess you would get more money that way. He ended up getting arrested, though.
Oh, well, I mean, then in that case, you're probably for the best. Also, you know what I could do? I could put another point into security, which would only cost me 3, and then I'd be able to read that book.
That would be useful. Yeah, and security also lets you
lockpick. Yes, so
which is always useful.
So let's read that book.
I think there's
and it raises my security skill, so I basically just got 2 points of security for 3 experience.
Nice.
You have nightmares about
it. Yeah, I think there are a couple of quests where you just need lockpicking and you can't do it otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's useful to have it.
So yeah, I just bumped up my security skill, which I think also raises hacking? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That is
computer stuff.
That's computer, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone tell you about the book exploit? No, but I don't want to exploit the game. I want to kind of play it as close to intended as possible.
It's not like it's a super hard game.
Yeah.
You need to do that.
I kind of like to give games that I like respect, and I certainly like this game enough that I want to respect it. Let's see if I can talk to anybody in here and get some side quests going. Okay. Apparently not. Oh, but there's a thing I hear that I think there was a quest that involved. Yeah, it was actually the story quest. Joseph K. Kafka. Oh, I do have my black leather trench coat now. Yes, it's very feathery. Are you playing and streaming the game with the same computer? Yes, I'm doing the first one. Ah, here we are. Behind the fast book.
Who can afford to do a 2-computer stream these days?
I don't know. Like, I don't even know how you would be able to do it. I don't know how you do a 2 computers setup to begin with.
Well, the way you do it is you basically you use a capture card to record off HDMI.
Why would you do that?
It allows you to run a game at the highest resolution and quality that your graphics card and stuff can handle. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I like streaming at 720 anyway. Like, I stream at 720, so I run my games in 720.
Yeah, but that's why, where it's it's cheaper to have two, to have a nice computer and a mid-range computer than a super expensive graphics card. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I guess.
That you would need to stream
fast book,
whatever. I don't know, Infinite Warfare or something stupid.
Where the fuck is the fast buck?
The new Call of Duty's coming out soon. Get hype for that.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
I almost pre-ordered the new Call of Duty, but then I didn't because I lost my job. So then I didn't do that.
Oh.
But,
yeah?
That's okay.
What do you want?
It's alright. I'm in grad school now, so everything's going okay.
What? Who the hell is Isaac?
I guess.
But,
Isaac. Yeah.
Get lost, bitch.
World War II. Hey.
All right. Sorry. It's just that... I mean, something is... I just want out of this whole thing. I don't want anything to do with that damn tape. I don't know. I mean... When it comes to video,
there's this review I remember reading about Deus Ex, which is that, like, you can tell they have a certain amount of respect for the player because characters, like, will lie to you, and it's not immediately revealed that it was a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to, like, figure that out or find out later that it was untrue. And that kind of... I think that applies to a lot of games where it's like, the more respect for you, the more they like don't have to expressly say that people are just bullshitting you. And that's true to a certain extent in this game too. Like some of the people, you find out what they're doing way later, or maybe not at all unless you are clever. But
my phone rings. I hear something breathing on the other end, and shit. I'm out, man. I'm out of this whole thing. I don't have it.
But if you play Dragon Age 3, everybody is just right up front about everything.
Huh? What the hell?
Which is okay too. Dragon Age 3 is alright.
Did you see that?
But
I'm getting the fuck out of here. What the? Oh Christ!
Okay.
He escaped.
No, he escaped because it was a cutscene, but then he got sucked into the sewers.
Oh, good. The sewers are fun to be in.
Yeah, I'm not bothering to go in after him.
Yeah, that's wise.
I need to go to Ginger Swans.
Yeah, the sewers are sort of a fast travel in this game, but it's never worth it. Like, to do it, you know?
I'm not seeing a place on here called Ginger Swans, so I'm guessing it's one of those unlabeled places on here.
Yeah. Although the sewers, like, connect up to the other locations, too, so it might not be in... Is it definitely in Hollywood? I don't remember.
I don't know. He just says it was called Ginger Swans.
Ah. The quest log says that he needs to go to Ginger Swans.
Yeah, it just doesn't
say where it is.
Yeah, it just doesn't say. It doesn't tell me where it is. It just says Ginger Swans. Hold on. This computer place in here had a whole directory of places I can go. Maybe if I type in the word Ginger Swan into there.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's try S through Z. Yeah, there we go!
Why is everything in California so shitty?
After her passing, she was interred in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery Mausoleum. Okay. Sorry. So we gotta go to the mausoleum.
Right.
And I think the mausoleum was this way? Or was it the other way?
Someone should do a Twitter of just, like, vending machines from video games. 'Cause they're always great. Like, this one has a bunch of, like, satanic vending machines, which is fantastic.
No, it's great. Like, I legitimately love it. There was this point where I was like, tag yourself, I forget what it was called, but it was great. And it's always the two same vending machines next to each other.
Yeah, well, you know, Coke and Pepsi, right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that, except in this case, it's like sex XX and Satan's blowhole or whatever.
Yeah, you know, people talk about New Coke, but they don't talk about the sex Coke period of marketing. It's like, you know, Pepsi, we gotta beat Pepsi somehow. Maybe just put some tits on the soda.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just put the tits on the soda. Nobody will even not notice.
It's true.
Where's Okay. So the place over this way. Can I open it? No? Maybe the hobos know how to get in, but they won't let me talk to them. Maybe I do have to go through the sewers, which sucks. Or no, I found a way in without having to go through the sewers.
Thank God. I don't want to watch you go through the sewers either.
I don't think anybody wants to watch me go through the sewers.
They are not fun. Oh man, good old Source Engine stuff. Love it. I was playing Oblivion lately, and I had forgotten it lets you just like drag shit around for no reason.
Yeah.
They really wanted to show off like physics.
Like, if you just grab a thing off of a table, then all of the items float.
Yes, yes. Also, if you put a bucket on someone's head, they can't see you anymore, which is good.
Oh, this guy's voiced by the guy who's one of the evil people in Deus Ex.
It's is it Bob Page?
No, not Bob Page, the other guy.
Well, that is, I don't exactly keep people from
oh man, what was his name?
Well,
what was that guy's name?
No, you see, I'm here to make sure nothing gets out. See, it's like this. Every night around
It's the guy who is being appointed to FEMA within the week. Remember that?
I've been getting up with an itch to stroll down Hollywood
Man.
Boulevard.
Man, I fucking love Deus Ex, and I can't remember his name.
Till they figured out they needed a volunteer to patch the problem, and I stepped forward. Problem temporarily solved. The Baron's happy.
Johnny Cash?
And guarantee I get my blood for another month.
I don't think it's Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is dead.
Away, frag them, whatever the situation calls for.
Rest in peace, Johnny Cash.
Throwing chopping and dicing just to mix it up.
You know, actually, this game came out around the same time as Deus Ex 2.
Solar radiation.
Think about that.
Important part is
compare those two games.
Jeez.
Everybody's a winner. You're telling me.
Play this or Invisible Warfare. Which one? Which one would you choose?
A lot of the stiffs around here used to be asshole celebrities too. Bonus. I love my job. What can I say? By the way, hey.
You know, I kind of like Invisible Warfare. There's some parts of it I like.
I'm not supposed to leave.
It's just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of lame. But if it was just on its own and it wasn't Deus Ex, I think people would like it more.
Wasn't pretty.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
but
I know you're technically dead and all, but god damn, you are one striking-looking piece of ass. Where were you when you were still breathing, huh? I don't suppose you'd still be interested in a little, I can try, but it's not gonna be easy with the, twins in the room. So anyway, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. If you should see any zombies in that time, you need to put them down. Now, they're dead, so you're either gonna have to hack them up good, or shoot them in the head. Just
I wonder if he still hits on you if you're a guy.
No.
I don't know.
Just hurts like a bitch. Fantastic. Only one rule.
Because this was like that time when it's like
away from the front
lesbians are okay, but not gay dudes, right?
Yeah. Jamie Sue? Is there any other way out aside from this gate?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think there's only the gate. But, I don't know, they don't seem to be moving much, so I don't know what that's about. Oh, that's right, he did mention 2 gates. Good point.
Front and back gate. Oh, shit.
But I think they mostly just come after you, so it's not a big deal.
Shit.
It's a shame more zombie films don't use the kung fu school of defeating zombies. You just punch them. And do your vampire roundhouse kick. I think Brawl works with both, but it might just be unarmed, actually, now that I think of it. I think Brawl is just unarmed. And then Melee is a separate thing. So. The thing is that, like, melee weapons have a damage bonus, so it doesn't necessarily matter that much. And if you knife them in the right place, you'll get a crit, which is nice. Melee is separate from armed. but I don't remember if Brawl affects unarmed or not, so... This is not great.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Shit.
He's getting killed, man.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Because I think because the gates have health?
Yeah, they broke in. Oh, masquerade violation.
Well, it doesn't matter. Because.
Oh, and you died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the gates. I guess the gates have health, so I guess a good strategy would be just deal with
more ammo.
Well, not just have more ammo, but to just go after one gate, then spend a bunch of time, then go after one gate for like 3 minutes, then hurry to the other one.
We already know where... Oh, okay. Well, I don't think sneaking would help with zombies, necessarily. It's just that there's lots of them. Well, I wish you luck with your vampire adventures, but
yeah, I might actually, once I get back to the graveyard, I might probably call it for the night, because that's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah. The combat's not great in this game. That's
I don't think sneak attacks really do much. Yeah, I came in through the back, it looks like. Yeah. Alright. So we'll get in front of this door. And then we will save. And then we're gonna stop it for the night. So thanks for watching, everybody. So it's a zombie attack. You don't have to do the zombie apocalypse quest? Anyway, you're welcome. I'll keep an eye out for the zombie apocalypse quest. Later.